Here is our next lecture. This is all about audience analysis and understanding who our audience is and why it's important to know who they are before we start to present. This, of course, is super important when we're talking about persuasive speeches, debates, and informative speeches, because we want to be able to present our information in a way that is going to be readily well accepted so that they're willing to believe you. So here we go. Audience analysis. Now, one of the first things we need to know is who are these people and what does it matter? So demographics, being what is their background, helps us understand how many people will be present at our speech. For our class, we know it's fairly small, so we don't have to worry about super large amounts of audience members. Why would this matter? Well, if you're speaking to 1,000 people, then you're going to change a lot of what you're talking about. But if it's a smaller, intimate group like our class, you can tailor a lot of what you say to be entertaining for them and to grasp them. Another question you would ask is, what are the ages of most of the audience members? Well, we do have a range in our class, but we know that all of us are in high school. So that makes us grades 9 through 12, and that means that we could be ages 13 to 18, roughly. So a 5-year age range. Next question we would ask is the audience mostly male, female, or mixed? Our classes are mixed. Again, that means that we make sure that we tailor our language and what we say and the words we use in a way that is accepting to both or well received. We don't want to leave groups out. And another question we would ask is, what are their interests, their attitudes, and their beliefs? We know that high schoolers tend to be interested in social aspects of things. We know if we're talking about beliefs, what's the major religions that our student body is made up of? What are our attitudes about school, or maybe about what it is you're going to talk about? All of those are the demographics and things that we want to be interested in knowing. So here are questions that we can ask. What do the listeners already know about my topic? You should do this. What does our class already know about this topic? If you don't know, then ask people. 2, how do I capture their interest? That's a hook. What's the best way to hook them? How are you going to get their interest and sell them that they should start listening to you and not be distracted easily? A third question you could ask is, how formal should my language be? Well, the truth is that your audience is made up of kids your own age, so that changes how you can talk to them. If this was a speech that you would give in church, we know that there's a different formal language that you would use, jargon that is appropriate to the scriptural references that you would pull out, right? You know that your audience is going to be different and much wider in range. In this case, it's our classmates. And a fourth question you would ask is, what should I avoid saying that might alienate some audience members? In a persuasive speech, because we know we're trying to win over our audience, it's important to remember that we include as many people as we possibly can. The act of reaching out and saying something that includes them makes them more likely to listen and go along with what you have to say. However, if you alienate them, then you are already creating some barriers between you and what it is you're trying to convince them to do. What can I say to change the minds of people who might disagree with my position? That is the ultimate question, right? What can I say that will change their minds? Well, we just have to know more about the topic. Usually there are 4 different types of audience members. And we're going to talk about those now so that we can grasp what are the best ways to talk to these audience members. Okay, of the audience types, we have a supportive audience. These are members like you. They like what you like. They agree with what you have to say. They are the easiest audience to address because they're your friends and your peers, and they're there to support you. They love everything that you're saying. These are the people that show up at rallies, that are supporting the candidate of their choice. They are supportive. They're going to be there for you. A second one is the uncommitted audience. This audience, well, you have a good chance of persuading them because they're neutral. They're sitting on the fence. And often or not, they're not for you, they're not against you. All they need is a little more information to make up their minds. And so your job with an uncommitted audience is to provide that information that will sway them to join your side and go with what you're trying to sell them on. The indifferent audience is hard. This is a difficult audience to adapt to because honestly, these members are apathetic towards you. They don't care what you have to say. They don't care what you're presenting on. Often, an indifferent audience is one that's captive, meaning they're forced to be there. Think of pep assemblies. Some of you probably love it, so you are a supportive audience, but some of you probably hate pep assemblies, but you have to go, therefore, you're an indifferent audience. You are forced to be there, you don't care what's going on, you're just stuck. Those audience members are tricky because you have to hook them right in order to get them to start to change their mind about being stuck there. And instead of making them feel stuck there, give them a choice and make them feel like they want to be there. The fourth and most difficult audience is, of course, the opposed audience. These members are hostile towards you. They're hostile to what you are promoting, or maybe they're hostile to everything. They object everything you say, and so your goal is to simply get a fair hearing. You're not trying to necessarily convince them, but you just want them to hear what you have to say with an open mind, so that maybe it provokes a thought that they didn't have before. It's often a good idea to show that you are willing to compromise or make some concessions of your own so that they see that you are willing to maybe meet them halfway. That is the best approach to talk to an opposed audience. That's it. That's all I can offer you for persuasive speech, boys and girls, is knowing your audience. Understand what their background is so that you can be better prepared on how to talk to them. And in knowing that background and their previous knowledge and where they come from, also understand maybe some people's feelings towards it. As you are thinking about your persuasive speech topic, ask kids in class, what do they know? Have they thought about this? What are they thinking? If you ask them a question on their opinion on it, you're going to start to get a good understanding of how they feel and how you need to adjust your speech to be able to talk to them, okay? Can you use this kind of information to create a speech that grabs their attention and provides the information they need to agree with you? That is literally all that this lecture is about, understanding your audience. Remember that we can only understand our audience by communicating with them. That means I need you to have a conversation with the other kids in class. Yesterday, or today in this case, you had the opportunity to start to think about topics that you'd be interested in persuading the class about. Now I need you to test those topics out. Have a discussion. Talk to the kids in class. What do they know about it? Where do they come from? What are their beliefs? And start to decide if this topic is a good one to try to use or if you need to adjust. If you like what you're going to talk about and you're pretty set on it because you have a good passion for it, passion's the key word, then use that passion and adjust it in a way that it reaches out to everyone so that we can all decide that we agree with what it is that you are presenting. That's all I have for you. Now, focus on your persuasive speech. I'll see you guys in class.